Yeah, hi, my name's Andy Timlett. I'm a senior lecturer at the University of Brighton in acute care. I'm primarily involved in advanced practice modules and also clinical practice. I'm the programme lead for independent prescribing for nurses, midwives and allied health professionals, which is including paramedics.
My name's Blaber. I am a registered nurse. I worked in A&E in London for 13 years, and then I've got 23 years higher education teaching experience, mostly with paramedic students and nursing students, pre-reg and post-reg.
So in terms of independent prescribing, obviously it's an emerging skill for all non-medical health professionals, but particularly obviously paramedics. It's only within sort of relatively recent history that it's kind of come to the foreground, and particularly there's been lots of legislation changes. As it being such an advanced and highly accountable skill, we need to make sure that we get it right and that paramedics still supported. So the book covers, or I suppose is mapped to the Royal Pharmaceutical Society competency framework for all prescribers, because that's what all non-medical prescribers, including paramedics, need to be achieving when they're prescribing. So the main topics are the sort of foundations of pharmacology, law and ethics, prescribing for special groups and special populations. We look at medicine optimization and public health. And that's all applied through the lens of real world kind of case scenarios, looking at prescribing tools and making sure that paramedics are happy with the calculations behind the prescribing decisions as well.
It's obviously following on from the first edition, and which was really needed an update. Again, as Andy said, in terms of the legislation changes and the fact that paramedics are now working in many more different areas, more diverse areas than ever before. So again, that made it much more important to kind of include case studies from a variety of different paramedics working in different areas.
So the book is, really is aimed at, all levels of paramedics who either, have intention to prescribe or are prescribing. I think it could be considered a really core text for anyone who's just started on their prescribing journey. It may be that they've just started on a prescribing program at a university, or they're doing it as part of their advanced clinical practice course. But we want, because we've got those real world case scenarios, really want it to feel like a go-to text, even beyond qualification and getting that prescribing qualification.
The case studies make it very tailored to paramedic prescribers, but I think the chapter contents are generic enough to be useful for other health professionals too. Andy said it follows the curriculum that independent prescribers should be following in whatever institution that they're working with. I think the other thing that makes it really kind of visually striking is the kind of trying to make things much more diagrammatic, which also kind of supplement the text that's in there. And I think it kind of suits lots of different people with different learning needs as well.
It sets you up with the mechanisms on how to keep yourself accountable, because prescribing is all about accountability, isn't it? And that sort of that ultimate decision making. And I think there's a lot of guidance in there, not just legal and ethical, but also looking holistically at your patient. There's lots of guidance about then how do you keep yourself up to date going forwards as well. So to describe the text in 3 words, it's kind of 2, but real world and rigorous and responsible.
My 3 words would be contemporaneous, clear, and it's certainly readable.